Hi everyone, this is Pranay from ITCS Bangalore and welcome back to my channel Study Abroad. Today I'm going to speak about NEET 2019-20. So are you someone who is not able to score 500 plus marks in NEET? Are you someone who has actually tried everything but not able to get the scores which you're trying for? Then today's video is completely about that. This is going to be a very important video that how you're supposed to score more than 500 plus marks in NEET. ITCS takes this opportunity to present to you India's most demanded software, which is an offline software called as Genius Mind. So let me explain you what is Genius Mind. How we have implemented Genius Mind all across India. We have implemented Genius Mind in lots of CBSE schools all across India in various different states. I'd like to tell you Genius Mind has become one of the most favorite softwares in Bangalore city, and we have given this software for lots of students for 11th standard and 12th standard. I'd like to explain you about this software. This is an offline software where 11th students and 12th students who are applying for NEET and who wish to pursue a doctor but are not able to score the number of required marks, this is something which I present to you. This software will basically concentrate on your offline thing. This software will not only concentrate on your NEET, but it will also concentrate on your 12th board exams. So this is basically based on NCERT syllabus. This software has been designed to analyze the study pattern of each and every student. You know that each and every student has a different kind of study pattern. So this offline software makes sure that you do not miss any single concept in the process of studying. So I like to tell you what are the features of Genius Mind software. The first feature that this is an offline software. You know that every day when you study, you come across such concepts which you're not able to clear the doubts. But Genius Mind, and when you go for the internet, then you find out the concepts, but internet is something which is very volatile. Today you find a concept, tomorrow you will not find it in the same place. So you need something which actually will be there, which will be authentic, which will be, if you open it and go there and find it, it will be always there. So Genius Mind is something which if you'll go there and try to find out that this was something which I studied yesterday, again I'm going to find it in the same place. That's why we designed it. It's an offline tool and no need of internet. Basically parents are also not interested in tools, e-learning tools. There are lots of e-learning tools in the market which are internet based. This is not internet based. This is an offline software where the students is not misleaded to any other wrong information. This is second feature. I'd like to tell you that this is NCERT based. There are lots of you can say e-learning softwares in the market which you can get, who can provide you lots of study material, lots of things, but this is authentic. We have made sure that this software is running on the co-centric model. You will tell me that there are lots of softwares in the market. Why Genius Mind? I like to tell you that you know that if a student go for 12 attempts for a 12th exam, he may get 70%, 75%, 80%, but no one will tell you that why you're not able to score the remaining 20%. Genius Mind software will tell you that where actually you lag, where actually you're not able to score, which is the area of your weakness. We make sure that you do not repeat the weakness again and again. So instead of me telling about the theory, I like to show about the demo of Genius Mind. Let me take you on the screen.
So as I was telling you that this is Genius Mind. This is the interface of Genius Mind. You can see that there are lots of things which we need to discuss. So this interface which you can see of Genius Mind is basically of class 11th, that is especially for chemistry. So it is divided into three parts: physical chemistry 1, inorganic chemistry, and organic chemistry. So these are the concepts in this chapter. right? So I like to tell you that, for example, this is already been selected, structure of atom, or let's say some basic concepts of chemistry, right? So you can see that there are 48 questions for some basic concepts of chemistry. There are questions, there are explanations, there are notes. I'll be covering each and everything. So each and every chapter, if you will be looking forward to, there are a number of set of questions. For example, structure of atoms would contain 93 questions. There are 93 questions which are basically these are all are MCQs, and this is an NCERT based syllabus. Okay, so let me just go through what all things we have in this software. It is a wonderful software. Please watch this video till the end. So for example, this is which of the following set of quantum numbers is possible, and for example there are lots of answers here, but I do not know which answer I'm supposed to select. So you can see after I just clicked show answer, it got a tick mark on C. So basically C is the answer for this question. Why actually C is the answer for this question, I'll be actually explaining you. There are explanations here. You can see that the solution, that why or C is only the option, or why not A, B and D are the options. So you can see that option 3 is possible in that alternative 1, L is 0, and hence M value must be 0. You understand that 2 is wrong, option 4 is wrong as well. You understand, right? So if you're still, if you're, there is an option, you can see this is show more. So you are going to, if you are not satisfied with this thing, so we have this concept of quantum numbers, that what we are actually speaking about, what all things are related to this topic, right? So still we have one more thing, that if you're not able to understand these things, that is a chapter, a structure of atom, right, we have a video, interactive kind of video, which will help the student understand that what
Before
all
we start
things
this lesson
are
on
related
Lewis
to structure
structures
of
and the
atom.
octet rule, let's review a bit. Atoms are composed of protons and neutrons that live in the nucleus, and electrons that orbit the nucleus in energy levels.
So as you can see that
The periodic table is an organized way of categorizing all the
for the
elements.
student.
Remember that the letter in
Right.
each square of the periodic
So
table
this is
an
actually going
abbreviation
to
of
be
the
very
element.
important. It is
The number up
something
above the
similar
letter is
to
the
your
atomic number, and
like
also
you
the number
sitting
of
in your
electrons.
class, or you
number
sitting
under the letter
in
is the
your
atomic mass.
tuitions, right? But you can
Atoms like
sit
to be
at
stable.
home and you can study
They go to great
basically
lengths to be stable
without
and happy.
going everywhere and without
Stability
the
to an
use of
atom
the
is a complete
internet.
outer energy level.
You can skip
The outer
it and
energy
like,
level
you can
is
do
full
next,
of the valence
you can pause
electrons.
it, you can stop it, you can close it.
Valence
So let's close it right now. So you can see that chapter structure of atom, apart from that, this was a video learning, there are also some things we like which we call as those show the concepts. So someone who actually wants to learn in like concept wise, this also you can see that we have put in concepts. Okay, so after that I like to tell you that you can, for this question, I'm not speaking about anything else, I'm only speaking about this particular question of the chapter structure of atom, right? There are notes which you can prepare. For example, I understood that for this question, just let's go back to the question. Following set of quantum numbers is possible. So for example, you can just type here the quantum numbers possible, or whatever the notes basically which you want to go ahead and make. This is something which you can type. And I'd like to tell you that it is not only in English. We have Kannada, Marathi, Urdu, Tamil, Telugu, Bengali, lots of languages basically. Okay, so don't worry, there are lots of fonts, depends on what font you actually want to type. So if someone's keyboard, like there are keyboards, you can understand this is what keyboards and all. Okay, so this was the first question. Similarly, if you'll go to the next question, you're gonna get the next question. Similarly, the explanation, the notes you can make. Similarly, if I do not know the answer, you can see that A is the answer. Similarly, there are again video learning for the same thing. There are, you can say, see, there is a video learning for this. There are, okay, concept wise, which I explained in the previous thing. There is one very important thing which I actually like to tell you, that apart from these, for this question we have academic theory. So academic theory basically is going to help you understand, for if this is what you actually go through, you can go ahead and you see, this is atom, right? This is atom is these things, these concepts basically will be very much useful for you for your board exams, your 12th board exams or your 11th board exam. This is something which is 11th, right? You can see the atomic number, helium is here, right? Explanation, superscripts, subscripts, each and everything is given. Okay, what is an isobar? So this was the you can say academic theory. There is something called as glossary. Glossary are the set of abbreviations which are related to that chapter. For example, we were studying about a structure of atom, right? So a structure of atom is something which has lots of definitions. You can say absorption spectrum, you can say Aufbau principle, okay, actinide, and alkaline earth metal, right? Atomic radius, Avogadro's number. So these are the definitions, or you can say abbreviations, which will be needed. What is an atom? What is an atomic mass unit? You understand, right? So this is glossary basically covering for this particular, you can say, chapter. For if you go to some other chapter, there is something different glossary, there is something different academic theory. And there is one very important thing, you can see there is NCERT solved problems. NCERT solved problems are those problems which have been repeated earlier, right? You can see that these are the problems given by NCERT which was repeated earlier, right? Let's move forward. So you can say there is a textbook, say something where we can say which is very useful for the board exams, as well as if you want a more depth of the concept, right? Then there are the textbook things. And afterwards, this is also, I told you that this is NCERT based, so that shouldn't actually that's pretty authentic, I can say, and you can find it on the internet. I see it's a bit slow here. After you use it for you can say long time, it will become very faster. I'm accessing this for the first time, the structure of atom. You understand this, right? See, you can see it's NCERT published, and so that's what this is basically only about the questions and all. Okay, so let me take subatomic particles. This is something which is related to the atom, right? So I understand that now you after you will be taking each and every question, you have prepared for yourself. What is there in Genius Mind which is different from other softwares, other e-learning softwares? You can get this concepts, you can get this everywhere in the textbooks, you can get this everywhere. You can say this NCERT solved problems, for example, glossary, academic theory. Do you have textbooks? This everything you're able to find it somewhere or the other. But what is Genius Mind? Now you will be able to understand. Now I understand that you have finished off all the theory, right? Next is examination. You can see view, examination, create a new examination. So this feature basically will help you understand, like you can take exams on your own. This is useful for the schools, this is useful for the colleges, this is useful for the students. So if someone is taking the software which we have given for lots of colleges, CBSE colleges, then they can go ahead and create exams for their students. If a student himself or herself wants to test herself about how much she has or he has, like how strong he is about the concept, for example on chemistry as of now, right, we will go ahead and create exam. They're able to test themselves. For example, exam 9, exam number 999. Again, there are lots of things which were actually, you can see, these are the concepts, and based on that you can create the exam. For example, physical chemistry is something which I would like to have an exam on in my question paper, right? I added physical chemistry. I also think that a structure of atom should be there. I've added structure of atom. Also states of matter is something which I find a bit difficult, so I'll go ahead and add that. So you can see that number of questions are increasing. You know that NEET is a time bound exam. So time bound, it means that you have a limited number of questions, 720 marks, you know that, right? And the time is something which is very less, right? So for example, I want this is a demo, so I just want around 10 questions to be asked, and the time which I can allot myself is around, for example, 2 minutes. In 2 minutes I want to solve 10 questions. So let's create this exam number 999. Just remember the number. So exam has been successfully created. Would you like to create another exam? No, for example, as of now I would like to take my exam first. So you go for view, examination, view all the exams. So you can see that exam number 999. So there are lots of examinations which have been taken in the past. Some of them were completed, some of them were pending, some of them were retaken. You understand that after I complete my exams, I'm going to get a pie chart, or I'm going to bar chart or line chart, and make out the what is my you can say analysis. The total number of questions which I taken was 12. Maybe I did not score anything. Some of them, if you can see, this is time bound. I told that only in 2 minutes I'm supposed to solve the 10 questions, right? So some would say that I have enough time, I would only like to take the exam instead of getting only a 2 minute kind of time for myself. This is unlimited, you can say. So let's take exam 999. So you can see that this and this options are now disabled, right? These are disabled, means you're not able to copy anything from these. You've already studied. So this is an exam number 999, total number of questions 10. It has already started 2 minutes. So I'll show you. For example, I've selected B is the answer here. For example, next question C. I'm just selecting the random answers, I do not know, right? So these you can see the question paper is basically set on the 3 chapters which we had taken earlier: structure of atom and some basics chemistry, and so I guess it was solids and liquids, if I'm not wrong, right? You can see that time is actually going off. I'm submitting random answers. You can see the interface is so user friendly that it is like each and every student can be able to go through it. You can see the question numbers, total number, which question number you have, how many questions are remaining. If you want to just go ahead, go back and change the previous question, you can do that. You can change the answers as well. Great. So I have 38 seconds remaining, 35. Okay, this is the 9th question. And the last is, for example, I take this one, right? I'm going to submit my exam. So please look at this. This is exam number 999. This is the percentage. States of matter like gases and liquids, structure of atom, and physical chemistry were the 3 you can say concepts which are actually taken for this exam 999. And you can see that only this is being highlighted. Red is what? States of matter. Black and blue bars are blank. It means that the exam which I have given, I have not scored anything in structure of atom and physical chemistry. I have scored at least, for example, now I have taken 10 questions. It means there would be three questions from each, or you can say for example 3, 4 and 3, right? So randomly there are equally divided into 3 parts. So you can see that the line chart, right? So for structure of for states of matter, I scored this much percentage, but for structure of atom and physical chemistry I've scored 0. It means that this line, you can see it has gone very low. It means I've scored nothing here, and I've scored something in states of matter. So I understand this thing. You understand? I hope that we've taken an exam, and if I want, now I'll just go to view all exams. You can see exam triple line is completed. If I want to retake this exam, I'm able to retake it again. Are you able to see retake exam? So what will happen is, for example, I'll just select this, retake exam created successfully. So we are going to take the same exam again, so that we make sure that the last time whatever the wrong options I had selected, it should not be there, right? So you can see this, view retake exams. If I want to go this, I can start the exam. Okay, we're not going to take that. So result chart, view by exam. So this is something very, very important. So I have actually, so I'm not able to see this because I've taken it a retaken. Okay, for example, I'll take it, this is completed, so I'm sorry. So you can see, view this graph. You will just come again and check yourself, right? We have lots of options here, result table, view by exam, view by all exam, view by title. Okay, so by exam there is comparison, by concept to concept there is exam, by title there is comparison. I am going to make one more video, part 2, which I'll be explaining more and more, you can say in depth. I'll just go on the, you can say, outlines of this software. There is something called as magic search. Okay, so I am someone who is looking forward today to not study more, you can say I only want to study on the 1 mark questions. Okay, so magic search is something which will help you go ahead and show you the 1 mark questions. For example, you are studying a question and you are giving more time for that, but I am someone who doesn't want to waste my time. You know that you have to be very, very calculative for NEET, very calculative for, because it is time bound, right? So what happens is, these are the 1 mark questions, so I know that I am only supposed to give less time for these, right? So concept, you can even print it if you have a printer with you, right? So what ray is emitted during the radioactivity decay? That is the beta ray, right? So if I go for the 3 mark questions, they would be a bit lengthy, right? For example, the 3 demands, I'll just show you this. So this question is a 3 marks question. So you can see what are the 3 demerits of Arrhenius theory of electrolytic dissociation. These are the 3 things. So you can see when it comes for the 3 marks question, there are 3 options basically, right? So the answer becomes not options, I'm sorry, the answer becomes a bit lengthy, right? So the similar thing is with the 5 marks, and so you basically know that what actually I'm supposed to concentrate on, what how much things I'm actually I should go ahead and give time on, right? So you can say, for example, this is something which should be very, very lengthy compared to the first 1 mark and 3 marks, right? So this is a magic search. Okay, you can even see the question numbers. So this analysis by questions and by chapter. I will be repeating it in the second part. This is the report by all student, report by all day, report by student. As in, what happens is lots of colleges install this in their labs, so they can see, or the parents can also see that this report by student or report by day or report by all students means that I can create an admin, and there are lots of you can say other students who are gonna get their username and passwords. They are so we can directly see. I'll show you. So you can create the names, roll number, divisions, class, year, time in, time out, how much, what time he logged in, what time and what date he took the exam, how much duration the exam was, total number of days, what he planned to study, what are the notes he got there, right? So I'll be explaining that in the next video as well. So grand report, these are the analysis that I just showed you, that by daily you can see by a grand report by each and individual students. So you know that in a college or in a tuition they are not able to concentrate on you individually, but this software is something which will be concentrating on each and every single topic of yours. I'll even like to show you this thing, this very important thing, that if I was someone who wanted to say that some basics of my chemistry are very difficult for me, so I'll make sure that the question paper is 70% of the basics of chemistry, and the remaining 30% is for the chemical bonding, right? So you can see, so now my 70% of the question paper would be of some basics concepts of chemistry, and the remaining 30% the chemical bonding on molecular structure, right? So it means that if I feel that I'm not you can say perfect in one particular topic, I can make sure that it will be repeated and I get a very tough paper, so that I will not face any problem at the exam, right? So I would like to end this video as of now. I will come up with a new you can say part of this video, the same thing in a more depth. So thank you for watching my video, and keep tuned and subscribe my channel.